froze?
He looks frozen.
Oh. Okay. So hello, everybody. This is your girl, Miss Trina, the little diva, and the Louisiana country boy has frozen at the moment. So we're gonna move forward until he checks out and checks back in. So funny. Tonight we, of course, the last Monday of every month, we have a spotlight on a small business owner, and tonight our spotlight is on Miss Britney. She owns I can never say it, Golden Chick Chicken tongue twister, Golden Chick Chicken franchise. How are you, Britney?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
Thank
you are
you so
so
much.
welcome. How's Golden Chick going?
Golden Chick is going well. Golden Chick is going very well. Thanks to folks like you and Country Boy always patronizing and making sure you come in and see us. But I can't complain. Things are going well at my location, South Post Oak and West Orem here in Houston on the southwest side of Houston. But of course, there are other locations throughout Houston where there are other small business owners who own those individual franchises as well. So, there's not just my location that you can go to, but many others. So there he is.
Don't y'all be hating. Trying to kick me off the scene. That's all right.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened and what are we doing. But,
look, I couldn't figure it
out. Okay, Brittany. So, can you just tell us when you start? What made you decide to go into the Golden Chick business?
Well, I actually started off working for Golden Chick. I was a general manager, started in 2017. And I did that for a few years. And my husband and I were blessed in, 2022? In 2022, we were offered the opportunity to purchase the very Golden Chick that I was the general manager at. And of course, that was, something that was a goal of ours, but it wasn't something that we thought was going to be attainable for years down the line. So I've always been in food industry, so I'm not unfamiliar with it. It's just what I do. But it was really a blessing being able to have the opportunity to be an owner. So, from there, we became owners. I no longer worked for Golden Chick, but I owned a Golden Chick, and I had the opportunity to continue to not only do what I love, but also work for myself at the same time. So,
and also employ people.
Yes, absolutely. Thriving in the community with helping people with jobs, not only there, but we do work with a number of other franchisees where we have the opportunity to help other locations maintain staff levels and operate their businesses as well. So it's twofold. We have the Golden Chick, and we also own a management business of our own where we go out and help other Golden Chick franchisees operate their business as well. So 2 small businesses in one.
Right.
Wow.
What's it like working with your husband and husband with your wife?
You know what? We do not work that close together.
Okay.
We share 2 different dynamics in the business.
Okay.
He's the finances, he's the numbers, he maintains all things on the outside, and I'm the operations. I'm the people person. I'm the person handing Country his rolls and his sweet tea or his 2-piece roasted with green beans when he comes through the drive-through. That's me. So I maintain the people part of it, and he maintains everything else. And as we move forward or as we grow, we both have our dynamics, and that's how we work. And that's how it makes everything smooth and easy to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
And I'm over here, my mouth is watering because Country Boy's eating that roll. And it looks so and he makes it even look better because the way he over there eating it.
Yes. I like how he pinched that last little bit with 2 fingers.
Yes. Making sure we
gone. And I bet you
that there's no more.
6 rolls gone. Or did you get 4?
I was gonna say, how many rolls was it? 6?
I got the what was it, the 4 deal?
Yeah, the 4 for $2.49.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Get your guarantee.
I gotta tell y'all, let me tell y'all a little inside secret. I know this is a little business thing. Let me tell you a little inside secret. I started going to Golden Chick, okay? I used to hit the drive-through and go through there. And let me tell y'all, that's how I met this wonderful lady right here. Always on the mic. Lord have mercy. So I started, I had no idea who she was. So I gave her a name, Boss Lady.
Okay, do a boss lady at.
I would drive through, and there she was. And look, I started making fun because for a while I didn't hear no more. And then all of a sudden, bam, she was back on the mic. I said, what? Somebody done called in because
What you doing up here, boss lady? Sure, every time he drove through.
Yep.
And he's so country, you knew it was him when he got to the mic. Every time, without a doubt. Knew just who it was.
Okay, let me call you already before he get here. I can hear him. We're gonna ask for you.
Yes,
indeed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, country.
No, I was going to say, with that, and you said a lot about being a people person, and here where we are today in the industries, in all the industries, that is something that is so rare to find people that are actually committed to customer service and to making sure, I have this approach, just me, is that when I go to a company, they've done their part. And their part was to say, okay, now you're hired. So now it's up to me to prove myself to them. It's up to me. If I said, some folks talk in the interview, Lord, how much they want a job so bad, they lie. I do this, that, and the other. Oh, yeah, boy, look.
I can work weekends and nights.
But not just that. It's your personality. It's not what you do. And that's the one thing I think is so important. It's not just to talk about it. I mean, you walk the walk. You actually walk the walk. You actually show, hey, this is how you do it. You go through it. And that's a wonderful thing, a lot of which you don't see in a lot of management anymore. You see people giving instructions and you see them doing all this, but you never see them laying their hands on anything. You tell somebody to go, you tell a GM at another place to go to a window, they be like, what's the window?
What's the window?
What am I supposed to do when I get here?
Right. But to be able to but I think to be an effective leader, you have to also be a part of it. You have to let people know that they are a part of a team. And you share the vision and you share it. And that's how your wonderful business grows. And not just inside. I mean, I think that I know, and I've seen your employees when you're not there. I sneak up there all the time. And look, they might know now. I'm the biggest snitch. Look, I'll be done snitched on all of them. If they ain't doing it, I'll be done.
They know you now.
Can't be a Mr. Shopper no more.
But that's a wonderful thing. And then the work that you do outside. We had the honor of being a part of your back to school
program.
Those things speak volumes. A lot of businesses go into communities, and I'm gonna shut up. A lot of businesses go into communities and pull out the resources, but don't put anything back in. I admire what y'all do, not in just one location, but you did it in multiple locations. You're not just pulling out, but you're also putting back in. You're feeding the people that are feeding you. And that's a wonderful thing. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, and without the help of people like you, other small businesses, then we wouldn't be able to successfully put back into the community. Because I'm one person and I'm at the time one golden chick. So, we'll do all we can, but we want to feed as many of the multitude that we can. And that's one little wop, right? So I do reach out to people like you guys or the schools themselves, other businesses around me, whoever I've ever crossed paths with that I know share the same desire to help the children, the parents, whoever it may be that needs that help at the time. That's what that's about for me. I'm a parent too, and I may be a owner, but I'm still a person. And I still need the same way that some of these people may need from time to time. So I get it. And I thank you guys for being there to be a platform to kind of put that out for people to see. Right. because that's important. A flyer goes a long way, but these day and age, social media means a lot. So
Yeah.
to have you there, have you guys there, and put that out there, it makes a whole lot of difference. So I thank you guys for that, and I thank you for recognizing me and my business for what it is. And it means a whole lot. It does, because we get the bad all the time in our industry. Somebody quick to send an email.
Oh yes.
I didn't get this, or and they're rightfully so, but we don't get the good at the same time. So this
Right.
feels very good. Not only to be able to sit here and highlight the business, but to hear how you genuinely feel when you come as a customer or a consumer, or how you genuinely feel about what we do in the community or what we do when we reach out and try to help those kids. So thank you guys.
No,
And that
thank
was
you.
actually my first experience with Golden Chick, was coming out to the back to school event, and it was really nice. It was fun, but your employees were all involved. Like, it was just a all hands on deck kind of thing, and nobody looked disgruntled because they had to do it. Everybody just looked happy and like they were having a good time. And so it was a great it was a great event and opportunity for us. So we do thank y'all. Thank you for being there. And also, what we do when we come and broadcast live, thank you so much for saying that, because sometimes people don't really understand what that is and what that can do.
Yeah.
I appreciate you shouting that out. That it does make a difference. Oftentimes, that people get to see you out on social media while you get to do your thing. We're broadcasting live, so I really appreciate that. But I must say this: Country Boy had told me how good that chicken was, but that day, y'all know, when I had that roll, I was like, oh, goodbye, hearts, goodbye.
Oh yes, goodbye hearts. Bye
Boy,
hearts. Bush.
oh,
Who
oh.
got?
Look, I had told everybody about the rolls. I'm like, y'all don't even understand. There's bread in there. There's other places. There's no bread inside of that roll. That shell.
It's a top and a bottom, and
That top and the
nothing.
bottom. So like the yeast, something happened with the yeast in the oven. I don't know what happened, but I know it's golden chick. But yes, I have fallen in love with golden chick chicken, to be honest with you. So look, I
Yeah,
thank you for having that event. So it made me say, oh,
let me check it
this is
out.
real chicken. This tastes good.
And it's really good. And I'm happy that that experience brought you to that, and now you are a Golden Chick customer
Chosen fan and customer. Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
for life. We
Yeah.
lost him again, did we?
I know we did. Are y'all planning anything this year for you're gonna do the back to school again or anything like that this
Absolutely,
summer? Okay.
absolutely. We are actively looking for any small vendors who would like to participate. Of course, we are always looking for donations for these events.
Mm-hmm.
And booths or tables. There's no charge. Just show up. We're just here to feed into the community. That's
Definitely.
all. Anybody watching who does want to participate this year, we do it at several locations. You can just inbox me and we can exchange details. And as we get closer to the date, we can, hash out the logistics of how things will work. But absolutely, this will be every year. And I just hope it
Okay.
continues to get bigger and bigger as
Yeah.
things continue.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I have a couple of people that would love to be vendors, especially my sister. So I'm gonna definitely tell her to reach out to you so you can have her information on whatever list you may have. So that'd be
Absolutely.
great.
Yes, ma'am.
So do any of your you hire any, I guess, high school students that are of age?
Yes. So I think we hire at the age of 16
Okay.
at all of our locations. And again, I'm going to keep saying this because I'm not just about myself here.
Wow.
Any golden chick you see around Houston, 16 years of age, high school students are welcome. Applications are, I can't say everybody's always hiring, but we are always
Mhm.
accepting applications.
Right.
So, of course,
Is there any scholarship opportunities within the Golden Chick
so
organization?
currently, as far as I'm aware, there are not any active scholarship opportunities.
Mhm.
But there are people who are always looking to sponsor people for whatever the reason may be. Sponsorships are always a thing.
Okay.
So if you reach out to your local Golden Chick and see what they're offering individually, myself included, um,
Okay.
there are sponsorships that they can offer via, versus a scholarship.
Right. Okay, that's really good to know. I can't believe we lost my. Oh, he's coming back. I don't know what he always says it's the FBI or the CIA that's got
Oh,
him. So
they're hacking them in.
What are you doing, sir?
Girl, look, X Infinity over here playing with me. But guess what, X Infinity? That's why I got portable Wi-Fi.
Come on.
Xfinity.
That's all right. Do what you
Can't
do.
stop
You know?
you.
You have to reset it. We gonna go over here to this one.
Yes,
Hey,
you
you know
can't
what?
go. That the song when I was a little girl. That the song is you can't go over it, you can't go under it.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that?
Boy,
I'll just go around it. Yeah.
you know, that was my test right there because I was about to get upset and I was like, oh, well, hold on. I forgot. I got my wireless Wi-Fi in the kitchen on charge right now. Let me just go get it.
There you go. That is what I love about you, country boy. That you just find out ways to where you don't have to get upset and frustrated. I love that.
Then if I got mad, then my teeth have been all messed up. Then so
So, country boy, what do you get when you go to Chick besides the tea?
I get sweet tea rolls. I get the green beans are really, really good. The green beans are really good. Green beans, fried okra.
Roasted chicken.
Yeah, the roast. I mean, actually, everything there is really good. I've tried what you call them, wiki wings. Is that right? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Those are good as well. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You can't really miss nothing. Now the only thing, look, and when I went up there today, I seen y'all got some brownies.
We do have them brownies. The brownies.
What?
Did you try it?
I did not. Because I didn't know until I was looking at. I was like, oh, y'all got brownies. Look, here go the little catch I see that y'all got.
What's that?
Y'all got the brownies, but then y'all got the ice cream machine. So that's a little setup.
You see
right
what
there.
we did? But did you see? You see how it's gonna get you a brownie.
That's setup. That's setup. That's
Get
setup.
your little ice cream on the side.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
You're gonna be there tomorrow to get you your brownie.
Oh, but no, everything is real, but that's the great part about it. Not just the food is really good. Let me get it right. The rolls, because I can't say biscuits. The rolls are really, really good. I tell y'all, if y'all look, and I ain't promoting the advertising, but if y'all ain't been to Golden Chick, y'all ain't been nowhere. I don't care where y'all need to go on. Look at him. Y'all think I was lying. Okay, I got me some sweet tea. There's a jug of tea right there.
Do you know what I thought that was when you sent it to me? When you sent it to me on he texted me what he got from what you did. I'm like,
he sent me the same text in.
I thought that was one of those chickens. I thought you went and bought your whole chicken because you know when you go.
You thought it was like a rotisserie chicken in the bag.
I was like, oh, Golden Chick stepping up. They got a whole chicken.
Oh, don't give them no ideas now. We don't need no bag rotisserie.
Oh my goodness. Now you know what? I will tell you, Brittany. Now I have not tried it, but my niece says y'all have the best fish in the world.
Listen,
Really?
I love our fish. That's one of my favorites. So if I'm hungry and I'm in one of the restaurants, my go-to is the fish. The fish is very good. Yes. Oftentimes it's cooked to order. So it's always fresh and then get it with your favorite side. My favorite side's green beans. Like Country said, those green beans are so good. Fried okra and the mac and cheese is very good. A lot of people are like, oh, how's your mac and cheese? It's very good. So I don't know what you've had so far.
I'm gonna try that fish though. Definitely. I've only I do tender. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. My niece loves the fish. Oh, she says it's the best. She says it's the best thing in the whole wide world.
And see now, guys, I'm not a fan of tartar sauce, so I use the zing sauce when I eat my fish. I use the zing sauce. You can't go wrong.
Good.
You cannot go wrong.
Okay, when I go try my new, I got a new one over here. So when I go try my new one, I'm gonna get fish.
I'm telling you now. I'm not gonna tell you a lie. Y'all know where to
make sure you get 4 rolls. Make sure you get four.
My stomach says I can't do that, Country.
Well, you can get. Well, just get the 4 rolls.
Get him 3.
There you have it.
And a large sweet tea.
There you have it.
It looks like a rotisserie chicken.
There you go. Now you got it. Now you got it. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not had the, and I keep bragging on the sweet tea, but I will say this. The other thing is y'all, they got that ice machine. It ain't the chunky chunk. What you call it?
We got that good ice.
The good soft
You
ice.
know the ice. We got the
I
good.
don't know what to call it, but now y'all get that ice and you fill that cup up, and then you put the sweet tea on top. There it is. I'm just
Mhm.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's the freshly brewed tea. That's the new tea every morning, every second shift.
Mm-mm.
Look at him.
Look at him. I know some folks thinking this ain't no brown liquor, okay?
We're not, trust and believe, we're not, the way you throwing that back, there's no way that
It
that's
can't
brown.
be. I hope not.
Ain't no brown liquor. This here is nothing but the best of the best of the sweet tea. And y'all look here, let me tell you about sweet tea. You can taste the cane. You can taste the sugar. It's pure. It's pure. It ain't fake. It is pure. You can taste it. You can be like, ooh. So if y'all ain't never had none, I'm telling y'all right now.
Is that good?
Look what you say, Miss Julie. I'm telling Miss Julie, if they ain't got no golden chick million, you need to start talking about them folks to build one million. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yes,
It's
indeed.
coming soon if
Y'all
you're in Houston.
get you some of that fried okra too.
What's coming soon?
Got more golden chicks.
Oh,
So
okay,
we do
okay.
have a lot of
Yes.
people building more locations around the city. So if there's
Yes.
not one there now,
There'll be
within the
one
next
soon.
couple of years or so, there will be one there.
That is really, really good that y'all are growing like that.
Very
And
much
then
so.
I say it is the best kept secret because when I tried again, sometimes you pass places that you've never heard of before, because
Mhm.
you hear the churches and UKFs and all that. But so I'm just gonna be honest, I never that's why I never tried. I was like, golden chick, like, okay.
Because
And
it's
then
like,
when everyone kept talking, yeah, what is it? Okay. Because there have been other places that come through, but the
mhm.
chicken is really good and it is seasoned. Country boy, you have any questions? I know you have one big
I'm
question.
busy. I'm busy right now. I'm busy. Oh yes, I do. Let me Really, let me ask you this on the
Um,
business aspect of it. When y'all began, and I had the opportunity to meet your wonderful husband. I love him. Um, when y'all began, did you envision it being where it is?
Now, no, not even close.
Well,
When we first started, it felt the same. You know, work didn't change. It was the same thing. I go to work in the morning. I open up the store, but it's grown into something completely different now. I mentioned briefly earlier that we were able to open up, or not open up, but we were open to start our own small business management company as well.
right,
So it's really turned into a different beast now that we've taken over. Um, so no, I just, if you ask me today if I ever thought I was even going to be an owner, my answer is no,
wow,
because I didn't think someone like me um, could do that. I didn't think that was in the cards for me. I didn't think that I had enough money. I didn't think that I had the background for it. I just didn't think so. So I guess for me, I'll say anybody who feels that same way, the cards are all out there laid out for you. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and say what it is that you want to the people who are around you. Because for me, that's how that happened. It was opening my mouth and telling the people around me who had the power to make that happen what I
Mhm.
wanted, and then showing them that I wanted it.
right,
So I mean, just to answer your question quickly, no, I had no idea that this is where it would be. And I have no idea where it's going, but
Mhm.
I'm going wherever it is that it's taking me or wherever it is that it's taking us as far as it will.
right. Wow, wow. That is amazing, and I'm so again to know you, to know everything that you're doing personally and as far as the business, to know that the it's very rare that the person you see is genuine, if that makes any sense. Sometimes it's,
Absolutely.
you see this thing that people put out there, but that's not who they really are. They're just putting it out there. They're wearing a mask. But to see you and to know like that is you. That is you. Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
That is you. And I applaud you. I applaud you. I applaud the company. And everything that you're doing, everything that your wonderful, wonderful company is doing. All of your companies good, just growing. And look here, if you ever need anybody to come eat some chicken or try some stuff out, if you ever
I see where you're going.
if you ever be saying like, oh, I think we're gonna try something new on the menu, just
Yes, I know who to call. I know who to call. We're gonna live record your reaction.
Look, I'll come do the broadcast while we watch it.
We got a new tea flavor coming out.
Yeah, what?
No, I was just messing with you.
Look,
Raspberry tea.
Yeah. Ears perked up.
Like a kid. What?
All the dogs, you know how your dog's ears.
Yeah.
Oh man. But now I applaud you. I applaud you, and I applaud you so very much. And I say that again, I can't reiterate more that your presence is present even when you're not in the establishment. That says something. Going in there and you're not there, but knowing it's being run. And I tell you, a secret shop here let you know that it is being handled just as you would. The customer service level does not drop. The smiles on the faces do not change. And that's a wonderful thing. That is, I don't know if you got cameras up in there, they'd be like, oh Lord, let's just go on and do this because she might be watching.
I ain't gonna tell my secrets.
but just so you know that it is carrying on, and that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes for any management. It is not how the business is run when you're present.
Mm-hmm.
It is how it is handled in your absence.
Absolutely.
So that.
I agree.
And that means you set a really good foundation for your business for them to follow along in your footsteps to be able to carry it on when you're not there. I said that too about my kids. Like if your kids, they might be a little bad around you, but what counted the most to me was when they went somewhere without me,
somebody else, yeah.
how they behaved then. And when people come back and say, oh, they were great, they were cool. That same thing.
The biggest difference in to me, this is my opinion, but I think that the way that you make sure that it's the same, whether you're there or not, it's kind of just like being a parent, is for me, it's my family. For a very long time, I spent more time at Golden Chick than I did anywhere else. So those people are my family. Every employee that I have, those people are my family. And I treat them that way. In fact, when I interview people, I let them know that the environment that you're walking into is going to be a family environment. The way that we interact with each other is not transactional. This is not just this is my coworker or whichever. No, we are family. And many of us have been together for a few years. So we do share a special bond. And working together for each other, with each other is important. Not just because I get paid every 2 weeks, but because I care about this person and I care about this person's future. So in turn, that person cares about my future. And so that is that's what makes the difference in how someone works for you. So they're not employees to me. Those people are my family.
I totally agree with that. And the country boy said something earlier today that I believe in as well is when you see your boss, your supervisor, whoever, the leadership get in the trenches with you. They're not like a hands off. And I always talk about one of my most influential supervisors. We were recruiters, so we were always out on the weekends with some table somewhere, and he'd be out there in his shorts in the hot sun with us on Saturdays. And that was something special to me. It made us feel like, okay, we're not just, like you said, just employees. He believed in us. And then I also believe when you say family, that a good leader at least knows how many kids Susan have.
Yeah.
Does Susan have a kid that's going to go back to school next week? I just think you don't have to know their whole life story, but you should know something about your staff.
Right. And it's important. It really is.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
when I was an
And that
employee, I
makes
hated
them feel
somebody like,
valued.
yes, absolutely.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
important.
Mm-hmm.
It's worked so
That
far.
boy
So
got his pinky up, Brittany.
you got to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't even notice it.
It's automatic when you're drinking it out the cup like that without the straw. The
And then
pinky,
when it get real good, it just gets straight, real straight.
Oh.
that pinky is going up every
Uh,
time.
yes,
Ooh.
yes, yes.
Every
My,
time.
my. Oh, well, I don't know. How many locations do y'all have? Or I don't even know if y'all said, my internet been in and out, so I don't even know what y'all been talking about. I'm sorry.
So Houston has 15 locations here now. There are
Really?
15 Golden Chicks. Houston and surrounding areas. So, um, and then myself, I have one, and then we have one coming up soon that we're working on as well. So we're working. We are
Okay.
definitely working. So
Wow.
15, I'm one, and
Mhm.
then there'll be another one that I can call my own here soon. So that'll make two
Amazing.
under our belt.
Mhm.
Like I said, I never ever would have thought that this would be um, me.
Right.
GM. I had a career path. I was a GM, and then I wanted to be what we call a district manager. So I wanted to be my boss, and that was always me. I want to be my boss.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was where I was going, and God said something else, and I just went wherever that voice went, and here we are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you technically are your boss now.
I am my boss, and so now I can't do nothing but be me.
There you go. There
Just
you
be
go.
me.
You
And
are
I
your
love who I am. So
there you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
but
Oh man.
yes, absolutely. Love Golden Chick. I love the brand itself. I'm an owner of Golden Chick because it is an amazing brand.
Right.
The owner or of Golden Chick is the most down to earth and real and honest person that I've ever met or worked for.
Mm.
Um, and I know it from the moment I met him. And he is the very person who gave my husband and I the opportunity to be owners. He
Wow.
remembered in 2017 when we met him that we wanted to be franchise owners. And it came full circle when he asked us if we still wanted that opportunity. So I love everything that is Golden Chick. But because of him, because he gave that family vibe. He gave that I remember you.
Oh.
He remembered who we were, not
Right.
just who we were. He
Mhm.
remembered who we were. My name, Sebastian's name. Just no one had to remind him, and he remembered exactly what our conversation was, and that meant so much to both of us. And
Right.
so, right now, we bleed Golden Chick. We wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, Golden Chick. But
You
till
dream of chicks.
I'm listen, everything that do is Golden Chick, but because we see such a far future in it. I mean, for our
Right.
Yeah.
children,
Mhm.
there's something that we can leave to each kid now. Even my
Mhm.
Wow.
oldest daughter, she now works for Golden Chick,
That's
so
Really? Wow.
amazing.
and loves it because the culture is there. And it's that way. What no matter which Golden Chick you go into, like I say, we're owned by different people. I have my location. The
Mhm.
location that you say is near you now, and Antoine is owned by someone else. But I bet
Mhm.
the culture is the same because that's
Yeah.
just the culture of the brand.
Right.
So I mean, it's a great place. If people have never been to, if you're listening and you've never been to Golden Chick, go to Golden
Come
Chick.
on, try the golden chick.
Go get you a large sweet tea and 4 rows just to start off with.
There you go. And
Then
some fried okra.
there you go. It's a fried okra. And then come back and try something different because everything is amazing. There's nothing questionable on the menu. You won't go wrong, whichever way you choose to go. Now,
Well,
hey,
Tanisha,
yeah,
there's your opportunity. If you ain't never been, I'm telling you right now. Mm-hmm.
what part of
Mm.
Louisiana are you from?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm from up north. I'm from Grambling. They ain't got no golden chick up there.
Not yet, but they're expanding, so they are going into Shreveport.
Oh well,
They're going in Baton
that
Rouge.
now they're pretty close up the way.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
really good.
They have a couple opening up, hopefully by the end of this year, in that area,
oh
Bossier,
wow,
Shreveport. And
oh so
I'm
they
from
are.
Shreveport. I'm not from Shreveport, but my dad is from Shreveport, and
Mhm.
so
Oh,
all
your
my
dad from the Post City?
oh yeah.
What?
hmm
Wait a minute, your dad ain't from Cooper Road, is he?
You have to ask my daddy that. Now he might be. That sounds familiar.
Well, yeah, your
That's
dad might have
funny.
talked. He might be from the Cooper Road. Anyway.
But they come.
I do want to say to everybody though, if y'all have not checked out a golden chicken, if you see one, go on, pull in. Oftentimes they're in a they're connected to a
Gas
like a
station.
gas station. I think one of the ones I went to, I think the new one on Antoine also is connected to one. Now that I
It
think about it.
is. Mhm.
What Country Boy showing you is the big uh
At
The
that
the
golden
gallon.
gallon of tea.
gallon of tea that I thought was
Yeah.
rotisserie chicken. But I want to thank you so much for everything you and your hubby does, and your staff as well, for
Yes.
making everybody feel comfortable that day that I remember so well. And let us know when the date is. Once you get a good date, let us know the date so we can make sure we're going to be able to be there. My sister's on. I mentioned to you earlier that she would definitely want to be one of the vendors. She would love that. We're gonna see if we can get some sponsors. I tell Country Boy, people
Yes.
love you. Get out there and get us some sponsors.
Let's go get some. Yeah, get us some sponsors. We need
Sponsors.
plenty of sponsors with some school
You got
supplies.
one job, just one job. Go on out there and get us some money. Bring money back.
Bring it back. Y'all come on. Y'all come on now here.
Now I know that Country Boy normally asks this question, so as we wind down, I'm gonna ask it right now before he starts drinking his tea and eating. Well, he can't eat no more rolls because they're gone, right?
Ain't no more roll.
Well,
And for my people that's listening, before she asked the question, um, the tea is so good. I'm telling you, I'm gonna drink this whole gallon. Now, I told them off the scene, I'm gonna have to go to the store when I get off this thing right here, because I'm gonna drink this whole gallon, because I might have to go get me some Depends. Because
I was wondering where you was going with that.
I was like going to the store.
sweet drinking sweet tea is like eating watermelon. You get you
Yeah.
So before we go into the question, let me read some of the statements here before we forget. Miss Julie, of course, says she's watching. Thank you, Miss Julie. We really appreciate your support. And she says, okay, now y'all are making me hungry. That's when he was over there slobbering over those biscuits.
Uh-huh.
Um, God blessings to you, Brittany, from Miss Julie. Terry says, ask and you shall receive if you believe. That was about your getting your business earlier. And my mom says mom is watching. Miss Freddie, am I reading up Freddie? Hello, everybody. Hey, Miss Freddie, thanks you for watching. And then Tanisha Shields, my sister, says she's never been to Golden Chicken.
See.
And that's the one that where you had yours is the one that's closer to her. She lives in Pearland, so is that will be the closest to her.
Yes. Yes, that'll be the closest one.
And that's South Post Oak.
South Post Oak and West Orem.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Myra says Carfax. Oh, I guess she's from Carfax.
Carfax.
Louisiana. And then my sister was saying that our dad is from Shreveport and sweet tea is her favorite. So you got to get over the Golden Chick, Tanisha. So the question for you tonight, Country Boy asked it so well. You want to ask it, Country Boy?
I most definitely will. I will put down my sweet tea to ask this
Please
question.
put down your sweet tea.
Well, it's very simple, Brittany. It's a very simple question. It can be as deep as you choose to go. With everything that you've done, everything that you accomplished, your visions, and everything, your dreams coming true. The question that I love to ask is because I think it is one of the most important questions anybody can ask themselves. And that question is, what is your why?
What is my why? Well, my why currently is my kids. That is my why. Um, they are why I work as hard as I do. because especially in the generation that I see coming in now, they don't have that work ethic that was instilled in me. Like I watch my mom and I watch my dad go to work every day, full shifts. I fear that if I don't show them how to go to work every day, or not how to go to work, just what it means to work for something for yourself, then they won't know.
Right.
That they will expect that the world is just going to give it to them. So for me, my why is my babies. My babies understanding that the world is not going to give you anything. So you're going to have to get up, put your big boy and your big girl pants on, and you're going to have to go get it. And so myself and their dad, we're go-getters. And I'm sure he'll say the same thing. His why is we got 4 of them. So those 4 are our why.
Wow.
I love
And
that.
and that I think that is so important. And to be able to leave that, that's the legacy. That's creating that legacy of you got to go do it. Too many people think, unfortunately, that this world owes them something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it doesn't. It doesn't at all. You have to get up. And you gotta go. You gotta go get it. You know, man, wow, it's so crazy. You just said that. Um, there was this thing. Well, for my tomorrow post, Brittany. My tomorrow post says, um, my tomorrow post, and I will put it now. What we achieve or fail to achieve in our lifetime is directly related to what we do or fail to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah,
It's good.
it
Um,
is so true.
and it's not about, and sometimes we put it on everybody else. We put it on over here. Well, this it's tied to us. If I choose to get up, if I don't choose to get up, then that I don't have is because I chose not to go get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We
So,
over
but
there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Man. So again, I tip my hat to you. I tip my hat and I raise my glass.
That old glass there.
I irritate because I have my allergies.
Yeah,
I went through
that ain't no
totally
sweet tea.
off the cuff. I went.
Raise something. I don't even got. I raised my candle in.
That's what I raised. I raised. But again, Brittany, thank you so much for agreeing to come on with us tonight. And we do spotlight you and your business this month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Golden Chicken on, don't tell me, South Post Oak and West Orem. Make
Yes,
sure that y'all
ma'am.
get by there. Earlier, Country Boy mentioned that he wasn't advertising or promoting. I'm advertising, promoting, and marketing. Golden Chicken.
There you
Stop
go, girl.
by.
Wear all the hats.
Yeah, stop by there. They have really good rolls. Y'all think everybody used to holler about them other rolls with the H? We ain't talking about them no more. Chicken have the best rolls ever. And y'all know, most people that know me know I don't like chicken with the bone. They got chicken tenders that taste just like the chicken. They
And you
didn't
get them
go over there
spicy
cooking.
too.
They battered and they're seasoned just like the chicken. And they got different dipping sauces. And then what I'm gonna try next, because I didn't realize about the fish. I'm always afraid of trying fish at a chicken place, to be honest with you. But since you said that, I'm gonna try the
Good.
fish. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try what's the sauce?
The zing sauce.
Zing
Zing
sauce.
sauce.
Zing
Zing
sauce.
sauce. I'm gonna
Yes.
try that. Is it hot?
To me, I don't get a spice out of it. Now, it's made from our spice seasoning, so it has that flavor, but it's not.
Right.
It's not hot.
I had some fried ribs at this place not about a week or two ago at a place called the Quad, and they fry the ribs, which I thought, let's just try what a fried rib is. But they have like a sauce. It's supposed to be spicy and tangy, and it
Yeah.
really wasn't spicy. But I dipped it. Oh,
See,
and so
there you
that's
go.
what I'm
That's
thinking
the
about.
zing sauce.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about the zing sauce. I'm feeling like it might be something to that.
Uh huh.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna pass it on to Country Boy, and thank you, Brittany. I can't wait to see you this summer for our back to school. Well, your back to school.
Let's get to
ours
it.
because we're family now. So
Y'all can say it's ours. It is definitely ours.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Country boy,
Well,
what you got over there?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for carving out some time on your busy schedule to join us. I greatly appreciate it. Continue success once more again. Continue success for man, and may God continue to bless you as you continue to follow the vision that He set for you. And you know where I'll be at. You know that's my number one stomping spot. So you ain't got to worry about me. I'll be there.
I know. Drive through.
Well, you might well go in partnership and get you a franchise.
I couldn't because
I'll be in the chicken.
I'll be the ate up all the profits.
No, you won't. You think you will, but you're not. It means too much to
you. Oh, good. But now, thank you so very much, and thank you for coming, and we greatly appreciate it so very much, and look forward to joining you in your back to school again. And you know we're always here if you need us at any point in time. So,
and I appreciate you guys.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, ma'am.
All right. Bye, Brittany. See you soon.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh, suck it now. Wow.
Hi, country boy.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Miss Julie, you can't go yet. We still got a second segment.
You can't go, Miss Julie. You can't go because look here. Look, country boy. Hold on. Country boy is ready to heat it. Look, we got about 15, maybe 20 more minutes to go. 15, maybe 20. Well, look, can I start it off like this?
Hold on. You can definitely start out like this.
Hold on, let me start it off. Hold on. Let me start it. You ready? Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. Don't nobody go nowhere because I want to start it off. I got to start off for y'all. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fault, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you're laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me? There it is. There it is. Let me break it down. This is our second part of our show tonight. The second part of our show, and my wonderful, wonderful co-host, she said, man, do you think I can, how do you feel about talking about this? I ain't got no problem with it. It was when she came up and asked about the P. Diddy situation and you know, and everything that's going on. I don't pay that much attention to it. I just know it's a bunch of, here's what I'll say, this in my country terms, I just know it's a bunch of mess. And then I found that video that Minister Farrakhan did, that speech that he had. And it tied so into, for me, it resonated so much with me. It resonated so very much with me, with how people look at other folks that are going through a situation, how people can look and laugh, but they ain't learning from their situation. They're not learning from what that person may be going through. They ain't taking nothing. They're just looking at it. The ones that are here, and you see somebody that, Lizzo, you and these are famous people, Lizzo, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy. You see these people that are going through these things and you're making memes out of it, or you're mocking it and you're going and you're laughing at it. Let me tell you something. Billy down the street, Jan over there in the corner, Clyde in the neighborhood, Reggie around the corner. Let me tell you something. Each and every one of us got something in our closet. Let me tell you something. The difference between Reggie and Lizzo, the difference between Paula and R. Kelly, the difference between P. Diddy and Jackie, the difference between Bill Cosby and Clyde is that those people are up on pedestals and they are being exposed on a high. But let me tell you something, there's some people in our neighborhood doing these same treacherous things or these same things that are going on. But we don't have, let me use a good word, the kahunas. That's kahunas. We don't have the kahunas to stand up and say anything. But we don't learn from the mistakes of others. We don't learn from these things and go like, you know what? Wow. As I say, there by the grace go I. The only reason some of us have not had the covers yanked off of us yet is because, as I told my co-host, because the folks that know the stuff that we did in the same hog pen we in. But if we ever get elevated higher, they will yank and talk about us as well. Those people are only up there and we're being exposed because they're here and we can see it, but we ain't learning from it. We're only mocking it and joining on the pull down train. I'm not saying what they did was right or wrong, but what I'm saying is we are all that close to being exposed for something. But are we learning from the mistakes of others? Are we taking this time to go like, P. Diddy, what does your circle look like? Bill Cosby, who are the people around you? Lizzo, who are you really calling your friends?
We need to put Meg Thee Stallion in there too.
Meg Thee Stallion. R. Kelly, who are the ones that won't ever hold you accountable for the actions that you're doing, but they still calling themselves your friend? Do you have people like that? Nobody is taking this opportunity to learn. We're mocking and we're laughing and we're pointing fingers. My mama always told me when you point one out, there's about 2 or 3 coming back. Remember, we all got something. We all got a closet that's got something in it. Each and every one of us. And the only reason, once more again, only reason the exposure is not as theirs is because we're not on the level enough for somebody to expose us to bring us down anywhere. But there's still people out here. There's still people out here running. Say this and I'm going to give it to my co-host. The video, I have not seen it all, just heard talks about whatever the video was with the guy, whatever his name is, the Combs fella. Here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all see, but do you hear? Listen to this. The video that exposed this man of doing these treacherous things, how long ago was that video? And he didn't film that his own self. So let me ask you a question. If he didn't film that, if that was the dadgum hotel camera, why is it just now, all this time later, that we're seeing it? Understand trickery. Not saying that he didn't do it. What I'm saying was, if the video, if that was hotel footage from way back when, why all of a sudden now is it being put in the public? Let's not get all this twisted. Not saying that he was right. No, wrong. But see, once more again, the only reason that he is being how he is because he pissed off the wrong people. The only reason that Bill Cosby, he pissed off the wrong people. The only reason, I'm not saying that R. Kelly pissed off the wrong people. Lizzo pissed off the wrong people. Megan Thee Stallion, you pissed off the wrong people. The only reason y'all and we are safe right now is because the wrong people don't even care about us, because we're gonna go along with it anyway. But at the very point, at the very point that you think that you're much higher than the wrong people, they will snatch the cover from right underneath you. The same people that sat and watch you do stuff and were condoning the stuff that you do, because understand, everybody out here got somebody that's condoning them. Quit thinking these people that's condoning it your friends. That's what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's been condoned. Somebody knew, but nobody holds anything accountable until it benefits them. Until it benefits them. This is so, again, this thing ain't this. I don't know why people think that this is about flesh and blood. This is such a warfare that's going on, and nobody's seeming to get it. And everybody gets caught up in this rigmarole, and you get caught up in the next big thing. Who's going to be the next big one? Let me tell you something. We're all that close to being exposed for something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you learning from the mistakes of others? Are you learning from the mistakes of others? Are you learning from the mistakes of others and correcting yourself? All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Well, that was really good. Very, very good. I like your thoughts about it. Um, I guess I first need to say that I think it was sickening, disgusting, mean, awful, evil, all of the adjectives of what he did, because I did see the video. Um, I did see the video. And the first thing I'll say without going too deep into this is that I know personally of people who have been through that, say very close to me, that have been through that. You know, domestic abuse is not cute at all. So I don't want anyone to say that myself or my co-host is saying or condoning, as he said, the actions of P Diddly D or P Puffy Daddy him. And then I also must say that it was someone he was someone that I did idolize because I thought he was very smart. You know, at this moment, I think he's the smartest little guy. Um, but my point when asked Country Boy about us talking about it, I just wanted to talk about it from a different angle, because I did post on somebody's page that I shared this with Country Boy, that I think we get distracted by the wrong things. We allow people to come in and distract us with our own people, while some other people up here throwing laws out left and right that's affecting us. And I get it. If you want to talk about P. Diddy, cool. Put that up there. But also put this thing here. Still be listening to what's going on. They know us. They know what we do. They know we get to talking, and we ain't going to worry about what they're doing over here. We're going to be over here, focus on that. You know, just like the where were they at the meeting, and the girl called the woman, told her she couldn't see past her eyelash, probably her eyelashes they couldn't see, but now we talking about that, which I, by the way, I think is so funny. And that is who I want to be. I want to be the woman that called her the bad built whatever. I want to be her, uh and not worry about what happens to it. But I just have so many thoughts. And you know, I gave my disclaimer that I know it's a horrible thing that he did, but I haven't seen anyone say he need to get some help. All the stuff that they're sending out about him, and you're awful, you're mean. I've never seen anything that says go get you some help, because he did say on his apology email, which video, which I don't think he should have done. I'm sure he did that without his lawyer's permission, but he should, instead of saying that he already got help, that shouldn't have been. He should have, if he was going to say something, say that he's going to go seek help, because he does. And my biggest thing that I talk about all the time is that sometimes we be out here on that front pew spewing out all this God, God. I go to church every day. I'm in there when the doors open. I can't tell people I'm at a club because I go to church, and videoing you at church so everybody can know you at church today. But no one I've seen, even those that I know and I see posting these quotes on Facebook that's religious or spiritual, I haven't heard anyone say, "Oh my God, we need to pray for him. He's awful. He's mean. We need to pray for him, or he needs some help. He's sick, so we need to get him to." Like, I've never heard anything like that. Um, and that's what I shared. Some of what I've shared on some people's comments. I shared one person's comment who I really liked that posted something about him and that he's disgusting. I think they said something about he's a disgusting scum of the earth, blah, blah, blah. And I get that. But I also I think about his children. And I know that the comment back to me would be, well, he should have thought about his children. But I do think about his children because I do have a heart and I care. Those girls have nothing to do with what's going on. They have prom. They've lost their mom. For us to keep, what is the purpose of us keep throwing up the picture, throwing up the picture, throwing up the video, throwing up the picture, throwing up the video, over and over and over and over again? Even Cassie, the victim, she has to relive this every time you show the video. She has to relive that part of her life, which was horrible, you know. So I just think that we just get so tied up in, as Country Boy said, the mess. And don't get me wrong, I love me some reality TV. I'm a reality TV junkie, but that's too much reality TV for me. I'd rather be on here with the Atlanta Housewives and talk about the demise of somebody's life, to be honest with you. Okay,
Right.
take his money and everything, but we're talking about, because this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I know anything I'm saying, people are probably not agreeing with it, but I do think we, we want him to be accountable, but we also want to make sure this man
Well,
gets what he needs.
I,
Go ahead.
and I'm with that. Here go my
Yeah.
thing. Why do we want him to be accountable? And why and I'm gonna go ahead, if I piss somebody off, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we gonna get up in church and say these things about him when you have members sitting in your same dadgum pews that are sitting there doing the same horrible things, but you want to put this disclaimer out there and you're this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. You have people in your neighborhood, you got people in your family that are doing these same horrible things. Why don't you speak on your house first? See, cleanliness, cleanse yourself, cleanse your house before you try to cleanse your neighbor and your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. We want to address everything externally. Everybody wants to fix the neighbor's house when planks are falling off our house. Everybody wants to address these issues of everybody else, other than going again, taking this moment, as he said, as Minister Farrakhan said, what are we learning from this? What are we taking from this? Are we taking this and just pointing fingers at them? Are we looking at this thing saying, where am I deficient?
Mm-hmm.
What areas? Let me look at this situation and take it and learn from it to better myself. Are we doing that? Or are we just going like there's something else? Let me look outward. Let me look outward. Too many of us are looking outward. We ain't trying to fix nothing in ourselves and in our own homes. We got lumber. We going to somebody else's house trying to fix it. We trying to fix it and expose everybody else's house.
Mm-hmm. And even and I understand that, but I'm also thinking about, I get that, but I'm still thinking about him seeing someone in that, like you said, because he's a star, he's the one out there. That's why we're picking him. But to keep doing it, beating it over and over and over and over again. But I'm gonna say something too. When you talk about Friends, I was looking at I'm actually went ahead and watched it today. It's called, what is it called? The Downfall of Diddy. And in the documentary, Suge Knight, believe it or not, he even feels bad, but for the man. But he said something that is so true. Where are all those people now that was there? And Country Boy kind of alluded to it as well. That were there during all this. There's a security guard on there on this documentary saying, "Yeah, I was so sick of you. I was so sick of you doing this and doing that." Well, why are you just not talking? Why it took this young, beautiful lady to come out when you was the bodyguard? You could have stopped some things and you could have spoken out if you really cared. But now that you think he's fallen, now everybody's on a bandwagon of jumping on him again, again. I think the man is wrong. It's 65 left shoes. But it's the perspective of how we're reacting to it and how we're doing. I have some really good friends, and there's a guy in the space that we hang out in, and he's just sometimes he's really a bully to women. And I remember him doing something in front of one of those people, and I said, "Did you just see what he just did?" And she said, "That's just how he is," which I've heard several times that saying that's just how somebody is, that's the most
Mhm.
toxic statement or the most
Yes.
toxic phrase that you can say because you're allowing, you're condoning, you are accepting the bad behavior.
Yes.
You should be calling him out. When you saw him do this mistake, you need to call that person out. You know what? You was wrong for that. Something.
That's
But no, you just let it go and say, oh, that's just what. So with P. Diddy, same thing. All these years, people been going, all them people that been at this man party knew what was going on. They was there too. Because how you know what happened if you wasn't there? How do you know what's happening?
and
So
that's
in
why
my
I think that that's I in
mhm,
my mind,
mhm,
if if you come to me and you're angry and you say, "Man, I just want to, I'm mad," and I hand you a gun with some bullets, and I say, "Well, just go on, do what you're gonna do." I am just as guilty. I am just as guilty. I am because I sat there and I said to you, no, I didn't say no. But some people say, well, I didn't say nothing, so I'm not. You're just knowing.
wait, Country Boy, on that note, I'm sorry, me pin you right there. There was a case that I saw yesterday of a young lady who knew had a friend. He was going to commit suicide. He called her and he had the gun to his head. No, he wasn't doing the gun. He was doing the carbon monoxide. He was in a garage with his car open and doing the carbon. He was killing himself that way. He said, "You know what? I'm scared. I can't do it." She's gone to jail now. Because no, she wasn't there, but she didn't do anything to stop it. She did not step in and intercede in his demise, if you will. The judge said when he had a little thought of let me stop, let me get out the car, let me start over, you didn't say anything. You didn't call anybody. You didn't wave the white flag so somebody could know. All these weeks that this man has been, boy, baby, has been saying, talk about killing himself. You didn't tell him to kill himself. But you also didn't tell him not to, and you did not try to help or call for help to help this man who was sick. So he killed
Yes.
himself. And boy, she is in jail for, I believe, don't quote me, but it might be 10 years. And she's a young person. She was like a senior in high school, junior, senior in high school. So it don't always have to be you pulled the trigger.
Right. And
You
that's
didn't
what
take the trigger out their hand.
and that's what I'm saying is like people always this thing, well, I'm not getting involved in that and that ain't got nothing to do with me
Nothing to do with me.
I ain't got that ain't my business. And when when are we going to understand that it is? We have the ability to change the trajectory of people's lives, and we are doing nothing and there's no accountability, there's no responsibility, there's no nothing. Well, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, it ain't mine. It ain't mine. It ain't mine.
I wasn't there. Well, they were there. But I'm gonna tell you something too, and say this, because people always bring up the R. Kelly thing. I do tell people both of them are really horrible. They're really bad. They're disgusting. However, I still separate because of R. Kelly and their children. But it's the same thing that we're talking about when people were there watching. What is that word? What is the word? Enabling him to do the things that he's doing. Um, it's all the same. And do I think everybody was looking for a payday? I don't think everybody was looking for a payday, but they want their time to shine. They want to be out, but you're looking just as bad. You know what I'm saying? And then it makes me want to do I believe you? And I don't like to be the person that blames the victim at all. So I take Cassie out of that. I'm not saying that, but we know something happened because they've been talking about this for
Right.
years and years and years. It was mumblings of it. But like what's the man named Luke, I can't think of what Luke's name is. He got the booty bumping music, but his
Mm.
name is Uncle Luke. And then like I said, Suge Knight was on there today. And what is that, Shannon Sharp? I don't think it's Shannon Sharp. I don't know who this guy is, but anyway, he's talked about it as well, that all y'all was at Diddy's party. Matter of fact, they showed parties today on this documentary. I was looking, all those people that was there, y'all was all there. So you are just as accountable. It's just as much as your fault as his.
Yeah,
Now
I
I
mean
do.
that, and I agree. That is how I look at it. Is one is I just go back to that speech. I just go back to that. What are we getting from it? Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we just making fun and it's just
Making fun.
another some other person that's fallen and in this crazy world, this craziness that sometimes we're looking and we are so hateful and so jealous of where another person is
Mm-hmm.
that we're waiting for their demise and we're so excited that they've fallen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But do we truly realize that there by grace go us, there by grace go I? Do you think that your rise is going to be stable when it's on the back of somebody that has fallen?
Yeah.
We don't, we talked about this earlier, and I will bring it. We say nothing about Hugh Hefner and the parties at the Playboy Mansion.
With the Quaaludes.
We don't say nothing about that. That is just boom. It just boom. It just goes. These things are not new. There's nothing new under the sun. We don't talk about them things. We we don't talk about the fact that we talk about Jeffrey Epstein's island. But baby, he had to have a pilot that flew to the island. We don't talk about that. Somebody had to make the flight plans to get to the island. Somebody had to have the people to get to the airport, to get on the plane, to get, but we don't want to talk about that because those people didn't have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We want to hold certain accountable for certain things, but not everybody. Look at here, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no different. Wrong is wrong. As he said, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care if it's your friend, I don't care if it's your enemy. If you are not learning from the mistakes and the fall of others, then you are doing nothing.
Yeah.
You are if
Mm-hmm.
your laughter at the fall of anyone
Mm-hmm.
is we are all so close. Think that you're not. You think like, oh no, no. Everybody's so close to that fall. You know, when I just said that, I thought about Remember the movie about the boys that went to jail?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Everybody's so close to that fall. Those boys, young boys, went to jail for something they didn't do. Didn't even do it. We're
Hmm.
all just it's in the blinking of an eye. Are we learning? Are we taking this and going like, Are we taking this and evaluating our circles? Are we taking this and evaluating our lives? Not our neighbors' lives, not our neighbors' circles, but are we evaluating our stuff and the people that are around us? And the ones that we go to with stuff, and we know what we're thinking and what we're telling them is wrong, but we telling them hoping that they'll be like, no, but they're going like, oh, go on, do it.
But also, in that same note, I think about how sad it is that you there for all the fun, the party, all the drugs you can get, and now that it's been brought out to the world to see, you're trying to distance yourself. Matter of fact, I don't know how true it is, but I saw on, I think it was the Shade Room, that the young lady that he's been dating on a regular basis, a young Miami, has unfollowed him on Instagram. And I just think that, because sometimes it's hard because you know you're wrong, you know he's wrong, but I'm not gonna leave. You're my friend. I gotta be there. I can say, hey, you was wrong for this, whatever I need to say, but I also am not gonna leave you if you're my friend. I'm gonna be there for you so I can pray we can get through this together. If you have to go to jail, whatever, I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna just run away from you and leave you hanging. I'm never gonna do that to anybody. Someone posted a picture of Will Smith, Jay Z, like they named so many people. I saw him in a picture of high fiving LeBron James. Like, and I can't talk about those people personally, I guess, because I don't know if they reached out to him. But their point was they're probably not reaching out. Their agents, they public relations people have told them all, you need to stay clear. You know, I still go back to the children when they went in and raided his house. How they put guns at his kids, boys that know they've never been in anything like that before. And they went in and raided this man's house like he was some, well, I know killers that they ain't treated like that. And I don't know them, but you know what I mean? I've seen them go in and get some killers. Let's read some of the comments over here. Not going nowhere.
Well, let me
Miss
tell you
Julie, I
this.
told me,
All I say is this. Let me tell y'all something.
let me read
It's
these right
late.
quick though.
Okay,
We'll
go
take a
ahead.
little pause. Um, our kids are realizing these people. Oh, our kids are idolizing these people. That's why we have to put good value in our kids. And that's Myra. And she also said they believe in the Illuminati, and that's not of God. God says He will expose them that are not of Him. Church is not just at church. It's still around when we are, yes, when we're not in church. I say that all the time. They are in the public eye. You have to also look at the color of their skin. No way in the world would they have did a white man like this. Then Tony said she saw the story I was talking about with the girl that went to jail. Miss Myra said she saw the story I was talking about. And then Tony says, I think she only did that to protect herself. Oh, I still think she is. I thought about that too. That maybe to practice. Okay, I get that. What I was talking when I said Young Miami unfriended him.
Right.
She was saying that she might have just did that for the public eye, and she, probably have her way of still communicating. I thought about that too. That's probably true, Tony, because I hate that. But like other people have, and again, everybody that can come out of the house or come from the party and describe every single thing that went on at the party, you knew this. While even people that said I go to the party. Somebody the other day said Denzel told them you can go to the party, but you got to leave by a certain time. That meant you knew what was going on at the party. You may not know everything, but you had a feeling about what was going on. So y'all just shouldn't have been going to the parties, first of all. But
Yeah.
once you
I
find
mean,
out things
that's,
going
and
on,
it's the worst part is
That's why I don't believe. I never have believed in house parties, but
You know, and
let
Tony, this is Tony. What I'll say to your comment is this: is the worst part is that these people who are giving backlash, what does their house look like?
she didn't give back. This lady didn't give
No, no, no.
backlash.
I'm saying what Tony
Oh,
just said.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. She was just saying Young Miami backed off in the public view so she could protect herself. Is that what you're
Right, from
saying?
the
Oh,
backlash. I'm saying she's saying from the backlash of other people, from people giving her. I'm saying the people that are giving the backlash, what they life
oh,
look like,
wasn't there? Wasn't
what
their
they
backlash?
life look like, what they
Yeah.
life look like, what they hide.
Hmm.
How you gonna backlash somebody and what your life looking like? How you gonna sit here and down and condemn somebody?
Hmm. Hmm.
What your life looking like? You know,
Yeah.
and the thing is, here go the thing. And back to what Myra said about their public figures, we made them that.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. This is what I know. What is it? Young Miami wouldn't be in a spotlight if we hadn't put the light on her. P. Diddy, Sean Combs wouldn't be where he is if we weren't the ones. We were the ones going and buying these things. We would have won. He would be selling mixtapes out of a trunk. We have to be very, 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 very aware of the same people. Again, the same people that try to elevate us, the ones that elevate us to that level and they get us up there and back to the
And you know
back.
what? And on that note, that it could happen to us right here, and right
Yes,
here where we at. Even
yes,
preachers that get bigger. Look at Keon. Keon Henderson. He needed to put an end to something at his church, and look how But you said something that made me think about this because on the flip side of things, oh gosh, I hope I don't lose my train of thought. You just said that, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Because I'm thinking about so many different things that, because I want to make sure that I'm playing fair to a certain extent. Like, even though I feel bad what's happening to that person. And I don't just feel bad because I definitely, if it was my family member, I'd want him to be responsible for if he did something wrong, something bad. But it's just a lot. It's
I
just a
mean,
lot.
when are we just going to stand up for what's right? When we're going to stand up and say that is an injustice across the board? I don't care
Mm-hmm.
who it is. I don't care if they're a politician. I don't care if it's the mailman. I don't care who it may be. But we won't do that. We want to pick and choose the ones that we stand up. You talked about you talked about the certain people in groups that you've been with that have done certain things, but the group condones, oh, that's just how they are. When are we going to stand? When
Mm-hmm.
are we going to stand? But we want to pick the ones that we do because, oh, well, that's just my friend. And I really can't say, if that's your friend, then you should have the ability to go and say, baby, friend, homie, that right there, that you're
Well,
doing right there, that you're doing right there,
mm-hmm.
if that's your friend.
Yeah.
But instead, just let it go. Well, just let it go. Don't say nothing. That's just them. That's just how they are.
Yeah.
But you're still around them doing the things and being the negative and being the ugly or the nasty. So they're nasty to other people around, and you're with them, and you're condoning. Again, I ain't saying nothing because they treated that waitress nasty. I ain't saying nothing because they were just ugly to that man. I ain't gonna say nothing to them. I'm gonna just get in the car and skin and grin with them.
Yeah. Them bandwagon riders that I talk about. So, do you think with what has happened? And I know that you're not really into pop culture like that, but do you think that I don't know how I want to ask the question. I can't even think of how I want to ask the question. What do you think about him though? Do you being Let's go back to the actual subject at hand, the domestic violence.
What do I think about him?
I mean, the situation, he should be made accountable for that.
Yes, I
Um,
think he should.
but
Well,
then
and
when he
here's the thing: is that we're saying, but do we know if he hasn't?
hasn't
I mean,
what?
hasn't been held accountable. I mean, we don't. I
To
don't
be
even
honest
know.
with you, the worst thing for him right now is what's happening to him. To be
I
honest
mean,
with you,
when did this? Oh, I don't even know when this thing was supposed to happen. I have
it's a
no
few years
idea.
ago. It was a few years ago. Now that part, I don't. I mean, I get sometimes
But
people
we
wait
don't. I
because they
mean,
are
what
scared.
has happened in between?
He's
I
a
mean,
powerful man though, so I mean, I can understand the fear because there's been some. Because the thing about that's
he
let me just say
ain't
this.
that powerful. If 2 years ago a tape came up out of, if they done pulled a tape
I'm
out for
saying
2 years.
I guess my point is people are scared of certain things because things have happened. Which on this, let me say this then. He has because they and I saw that today and it made me think about it. If you would have a clean slate, people could probably give you. That's why you got to be aware of the things that you do and the reputation that you have for yourself because it will come back and bite you. Because had he had a clean slate all the way through, right, country boy, that right now they wouldn't be able to show videos of him taking and slinging all this stuff off his desk in a big angry rage, right? Had he not uh, been screaming, "I'm the king of the world," like it's certain things that he's done. He's been arrested for not drug charges, what is it? Gun charges, like all these things. He just have so much stuff that has that he's gotten away with up until now. And so when people look back, they have to look at everything. You know, when you go to court, they're gonna look at everything, right? That's all I'm
Yeah, but
saying is
the
has he not
question,
did
oh,
so
and
God
I
forgot
get
he did
that.
so much stuff. What?
I get that, but I, and my whole thing is how did I get away with this,
Right.
but not this? Again, how can this happen and this, and this, and this? So
What you
when
mean?
did when did the power leave?
Oh.
How about that? So
Well, this
I heard
woman,
what you said. He's so powerful. So when did the power leave?
once she decided to empower herself and stand up and say what he
No, no,
did.
no. I'm talking about all of it. You talk the other
Well, that's
stuff.
when the power left. Once she stood up and stood up for herself and she came forward, that broke down the power because now it's confronted. Then when you put out and so he gave her the money, like he gave her the settlement, which he should have did a long time ago. But if this is what he was going to do, but then the power left. You take away somebody else's power when you empower when you
No,
feel
I'm not
empowered.
talking about just her. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about
But that's not, but that's no. I'm answering your question though. Your question was when did he lose the power? That's when she took her power back, he lost his power because other people wouldn't say anything. That's when you said when did he lose his power? He lost his power when she empowered herself and spoke out. Is what I'm saying. So
mm,
once she spoke out because nobody else has spoken out, when she spoke out, he lost his power because then other people started, they weren't quote unquote, they weren't afraid of him. Now again, I'm not talking about these little ones that's coming out that was around him and doing the same thing and condoning. I'm just saying for this situation with her, because she's the person that I'm most out of this story I'm concerned about. And you asked when did he lose his power?
yeah.
You do take someone's power. When you take your power back, you can take down somebody else's power. And that's kind of what happened. Once she spoke out on it, everybody else started feeling and then he paid, everybody else started feeling like it was okay to come out and come out publicly and say some things. Now again, I don't believe a lot of them people. I think again, bandwagon riders, they just jumping on the bandwagon. But that is how he lost his power because somebody decided to fight and be brave enough to take him down, if you will.
I mean,
But I don't like my thing is I want to make sure that I don't want to be somebody that's blaming the victim. I don't want to ever do that because she was a victim. You didn't see the video, but I did see the video. So I think that's just it's deplorable. It's horrible. So that part is on this section. But the section we're talking about tonight on this, so can't be talking about how he got his power taken. That's how he got his power taken. But on the part I'm talking about all these people that's supposed to be your friend, and there's nobody left. And then all these people that are coming out the woodworks saying the things that you did that I saw him do this. Oh, I saw him do that. Oh, I was there when he did that. I was tired of seeing it. Sir, ma'am, why you didn't say nothing? Bodyguard.
Well, and I get it, and I just I guess maybe I think too broad because for
Mhm.
me, all of it says what is the bigger story. What is the bigger? Because I think that the way the media is set up and the way everything is set up, we see what people want us to see. That's the greatest part about now is about social media and about these platforms now is because they're not controlled by the conversations are not controlled. Our conversation is not controlled by the narrative of this, and we make it is an open dialogue. If that makes any sense, for me, there is such a bigger um, there's such a bigger picture that's going on. I just don't know what it is. I just think that it's I I
I mean,
I
I definitely
know.
believe the bigger picture would be that he did piss somebody off. That's why some things are coming out. I get it. I get that part. But I just want to say that my disclaimer for this entire segment, this show, is to say we're not blaming Cassie. She
Oh,
had
I
the
ain't
right
blaming
to come out.
nobody.
No, no, let me
I,
just say this. Well, I mean,
oh.
we got to blame somebody, but because we got to because accountability is
Blame
blaming
Country
somebody.
Boy.
Accountability is blaming somebody. Well, all I'm saying is we got to make sure that we are not in our thoughts. You know, I have some of the same thoughts on this process, but I want to make sure that we know Cassie did a great thing. She did
Oh
a
yeah,
wonderful
whatever
job
whatever
speaking
it is
out.
that
Now, whoever found that little video and decided to put it out after everything was done and over with, you know, because that's like we talk about the hotel. I think from what I'm hearing, the rumors are allegedly that that video they got from the hotel was in his house somewhere, which was dumb in the first place. If you're gonna get the video, why you still got to sit up in your house? But that's just a whole nother story. But I just kind of want to make sure we keep her separated because I don't want to ever look like I'm blaming the victim for being victimized. That's all I'm saying.
oh yeah,
If
no,
the
I'm
woman
not.
was
I
kicked
mean,
in the
yeah.
face, he was drug her by a foot down a hallway, like he treated her like a dog with four tails and four legs and a tail. So I want to make sure for me, that's just me, to not be blaming her for this because I don't think he deserves some of this stuff, like some of this what we talk about, or some of the people that are, and I keep repeating this, I guess, the people who were there, like what you said earlier, the friends. Where your friends at now? Where them people that nobody's speaking out? Well, Stevie J did speak out today, but he don't have no credibility. But there's nobody speaking out saying things like, I didn't see that. I was
And
there,
you
but I didn't
know,
see it. You know,
and on my other side,
on my hood. Okay.
on my other side, these are things on a whole different level, and I can go to a different level. Is sometimes these things have to happen in order for those to be exposed. And what Myra
Yeah.
said earlier is
Mhm.
like maybe it's not the fact that I don't know. I ain't calling it. Maybe it's not the fact that God is exposing
Mhm.
him. Maybe God is exposing to him those that are
Mhm.
around him. Because we don't. Again, let me
Could
let me
be.
let me let me go let me go let me go preacher real quick. We don't know what his
Go
relationship is
preacher
with
real
God.
quick.
We don't know what his relationship because he could have gone and he could have confessed everything. He could have
Right.
asked for repentance. We don't know.
Facts.
So maybe at this point that now it's not him, but it's them that God is exposing unto him to
Mhm.
say, see, you had these around you.
Mhm.
See, let me show you.
My story.
Um, see, because sometimes, and again, we say these things because we don't know. Again, this
Mhm.
man it could have been. God does two things. He either allows or he condones. He either
Mhm.
allows something to happen to us or he condones it. He lets it happen or he makes it happen. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So his rise, either God allowed it or he made it. His coming down, either God allowed it or he made it.
Mm.
But we don't know what his relationship is. Maybe he has gone and one, he said, maybe he said, let's look at it the other side. Maybe he said, God, I know you see everything that I've done. I want to repent. We don't know if now the only video I saw was when he was walking around. When he was walking around at the airport. But we
Yeah.
don't know if he was walking around. We don't know if he was walking around praying and say, okay, God, cover me. Maybe he was saying, cover me. Maybe he was, but we don't know. But we want to say in our own mind, oh, he looks all distraught. Well, maybe he was praying, saying, God, cover me.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about that is funny thing you said it makes you know who, because that was my issue. That was part of why I want to do the show too, is because, and I didn't say it as eloquently as you did. When I was saying people walk around all day talking about God, God, Jesus, Jesus, they're on the front pew, they showing in the video that they at the church house, all that, but you're not putting what you learned there, those things that you're learning in the house, you're not using it for this situation. It's almost
Mm,
like people pick and choose when they want to be Christian and when they want to believe. But if it was them, they would be up there at that pew asking for forgiveness. And what do we say? Oh no, you don't get no forgiveness because you did no. Move away from the altar. You don't get no forgiveness. And that to me is what they've forgotten when it comes to these other people. Celebrities are people and they're human as well. And like you said, this could be me, you, Uncle Billy, and Uncle Bob. Um, I have an issue when people pick and choose when they want to be Christian
mm.
or of the Bible or have the faith or believe in forgiveness, get forgiveness.
You know, I'm laughing. I'm laughing about something that just came to my mind that you said
Mhm,
earlier.
mhm, mhm,
You talked about you know, the thing that happened to him with the gun thing and all these other things.
mhm.
How do we know when he walked out of court, he didn't say, but God?
Well, now you know I'm one of
I'm
those
just
people. I ain't
saying
gonna lie.
because I'm just saying, how do you know like he hadn't prayed like, okay,
Oh shit!
God? I'm just
But you
saying we
can
don't
say
know.
well, let me say this then. I do believe that, but when we talk about accountability and we talk about what is the definition of insanity,
Hmm.
continue. You did it. God don't. Now, from what I know, you can keep on trying to bargain with God and be like, okay, let me out of this, and but God, okay,
Right.
well, you come back and do the same thing in 2-3 years from now. Okay, well, but God, give me out. Sometimes, like you said, God has to put that there
Hmm.
for them to learn the lesson because apparently you're not learning, you're not getting what I'm trying to show you. You
Right.
didn't realize these people around you was not around. Because there's been other situations he's been in. There many years ago, he was with the thing with J Lo. He wasn't learning the lessons that you're supposed to learn along the way.
Right. And that's that, again back to what back to what he said. Are
Mm-hmm.
we learning from the downfall of others? Are we
Mm-hmm.
grasping it? Are we did he and maybe that's it. Maybe listen. And again, that's what you said, insanity. That's how this journey of life is. I often talk about that this thing is everything, it's a learning. If you don't learn, you repeat. If you don't learn, you repeat. If you don't
Yep.
learn, you repeat.
Until you get it. And then you gonna get it and he gonna say you got it. So he gonna let you step a couple of things. But then he gonna say, oh, well, don't look like you really did get it. Or let me put you through this test again to see what you're doing. I mean, yeah. Yeah. It's so like you say, it's so much bigger than what we talk about. But I will say this. Tomorrow is voting day. I ain't seen no post. I ain't seen nan post as many as posts about voting tomorrow or the early voting that I done seen about P. Diddy and his people. I ain't seen nobody talking about the court, what's going on in the court down here with this fool. I ain't seen no post about that. I ain't seen no post about them talking about him wanting to grab women by their private parts. I haven't seen no post about why in the world is he not in trouble for what happened? Was it January the 6th? I haven't seen the boycotting of all of that towards this person. I haven't seen us standing up for the wrong that's happening. I haven't seen us posting about these laws that they the Project 2025. I just realized everybody hadn't read about Project 2025. Have you read about Project 2025? Okay, we need to go look at Project 2025.
I think I
All those
heard.
are all the things that Donald Trump is planning to do if
Oh
he
yes,
wins.
yes. I know something.
You know, there's some stuff going on that we need to be paying attention to. Because it really ain't nothing we can do about P. Diddy and P. Daddy. Dude, ain't nothing we can do. I get it. We can pay attention to that a little bit. It's some fun. I guess fun, whatever to talk to, but in pop culture. But people are using that to distract us because that's what they think that we want to do. That's what they know that we do to each other.
And it is what we do. It is so what we do. We don't, you know, here's the honest. We can get on here every week and we can talk about things and we can share our real conversation. We can have real conversation. We can have wonderful guests, or we could just sit up here and talk. Nobody's concerned about that. But let us get up on here and rip our clothes off or call each other whatever kind of names, and people would blow. We would be over 1 billion views because that's what people want. Nobody is, because again, oh shoot, they talking about accountability and being responsible and taking action and holding our. Oh, we don't want to hear that mess. That's preaching stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But let us get on here or talking about, hey, you know what? Why you over here being distracted? And this ain't nothing new. The distractions have always been what. Okay.
But
No.
my issue with that is I just think that our I don't want to call us dumb, but we're easily distracted from what we need to be paying
And let me tell you, I say this so often.
attention.
We gave away our attention, and the media and the world and the people that ran all of this and understood when we gave away our attention, how we get captivated by the dumbest of things. And it was like, you can go back and look, and people be thinking I'd be crazy, but you can go back and look at the trend of going to what is it? Going to the what you talk about, what's the TV, the real stuff, or like all that
Reality
stuff,
TV?
huh?
You talking about reality TV?
Reality TV, and you can watch when the trends start to happen. I can tell you exactly when the trends started to happen. I can tell you when the light went off to the people, to the powers that be. You know when the light went off to the powers that be?
Mm.
The light went off to the powers that be. It was one afternoon when there was a fella in a Bronco that they shut everything down. Every news network started following a fella in a Bronco driving down the freeway, and everybody started watching. That is when they said, oh.
Well, I'm a reality TV fan, so that part don't bother me. I just think that we need to know when it's
No,
not when.
I'm saying, but that was when they realized how the distractions could work. Because you could do
Oh,
how the
yeah.
distraction. Oh, we got their attention. All it takes is just a little bit of we got them. We have stopped everything with this. So now all they have to do is give you a little bit of entertainment, give you a little bit of something, throw you a little something over here while the whole bait and switch is happening, while I got you distracted. Again, what's the words? Do not become
Go over here and
distracted
say
by the
abortion is
distraction.
illegal.
Do not become distracted by the distractions. Understand why they're throwing these distractions out here.
And they using us against our own people. That's what's crazy.
Yes.
And they using it against us. They got us distracted by talking about our own people over and over and over and over and
over and over. We will.
And it's so funny because they know, like what you said, when they realize what they have to do, they sitting back laughing. Oh, this is all we got. Just like that particular school district we talk about sometimes, that they are there's some powers that be that's got the puppets playing us or the people like puppets and sitting back laughing and chilling at lunch. Look what we got them doing. We got them scrambling. We paying them all
And
this money.
that is what's
That's what they
going
running
on.
scrambling for.
And the again, no speak
Hey,
outs,
Ovita.
no speak outs, no accountability on anything. We just roll with this, and we just roll with it. We don't until we wake up one morning and everything has been snatched away. Then we're gonna go like, oh, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. When did this happen?
When you was over there talking about P. Diddy, P.
When
Diddley
when
D.
when they put Megan Thee Stallion and boom and ran her by you and all these things and they run these distractions and we get so distracted. We get so caught up in it. We get so caught up in it. We get so caught up in it to the things that are concerning our homes, the things that are concerning our lives, the things that are concerning our society. We're missing.
Can I ask
Missing.
you something on the side of the twist of humor?
Hmm.
I didn't even know you knew nothing about Lizzo. When did you find out about Lizzo?
Hey, I be riding down the street and they be telling no country boy some stuff.
You fucked out with Lizzo. I was like,
I just be rolling and they be like, they throw something at me. I'll be like, what? Folks like to talk to country boy about stuff. I don't know why.
that was so I couldn't say nothing right there because it was in a serious moment. I had to wait till we could throw in that
Yeah,
the twist of humor
yeah,
part.
they tell me about everything. I don't be knowing nothing. They just come tell me.
So the guy that sued Megan Thee Stallion, I did tell you he's one of our consultants at our in our department.
Mm,
So I thought that was, yeah. He now going back to friends. He used to be her really good friend.
yeah.
Now that he's got, I guess wasn't doing his job, he got fired, whatever. Now is, oh, she traumatized me because she had sex with a woman in the back seat and made me watch.
Well, here goes the thing. I hope everybody
Mhm.
catches this one. I hope everybody catches this one. Your demise will never come from a stranger.
Mm. That's a good one. That
Understand
sounds
that.
like one of those what's our boy? Lloyd quotes. Lloyd Christian.
Right? And that's so when you think about it, when you think about any person that has ever, I mean, all right, Bible. Jesus didn't get sent by a stranger. It was one of the disciples. So why do you think that it's going to be a stranger that's going to attack us? It's never the stranger.
Hmm.
It always
Watch it
happens.
off guard.
And if it ever happens from a stranger,
Mm-hmm.
it's because they got inside information from a friend.
For a friend. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Isn't that
It is crazy.
crazy? Like,
Mm-hmm.
everything happens from somebody. It's the one that's closest to you. The one that knows the most about you. The one that watched you rise. The one that helped you rise. But then all of a sudden got upset because there was this inside jealousy that you were rising. Two things happen. Either they
Yeah.
jealous because you're rising faster than them, or they're hating because you ain't taking them with you when you ride, because they thinking like when you go up here you gonna leave me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know how many movies are made about that same subject? How many movies show that the best friends, and one, I mean, all of this, the Motown, legends. You know, it was always everybody was together. They got these groups. Then somebody get jealous of the other one because somebody getting more songs or more lyrics than the other. Like it's been going on for so long, and we still fall for. Or either somebody got in somebody's ear saying, you know you better than her. You can sing better. You need to do your own solo career. Then you gonna get a solo career, and then you fall.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't time.
Yep.
They done pumped your head up to where you done left your friends and
and
girlfriends or
sometimes,
whatever.
and that's why you have to have those conversations, and you have to, people have to really, really have those conversations and know the people that you're with, and know when we have reached our growth level, and have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ain't that I'm mad at you, it ain't that, but we've reached our growth level. I mean, we've come as far as we're supposed to come together. I don't mean I don't love
Yep.
you no more. That don't mean it just means that this is as far as we can go together. We
It's not
can't
a
go any
healthy
further together.
situation.
Yeah. And that's not, but when you have that and you openly have that, because you can have that with real friends. And say that one part again. You can have that with real friends. And ain't no nothing, because you both understand, like, yeah, we've come as far as we can go together. We're at that crossroad. We can shake hands, and then you go yours and I'll go mine. But look, at any point, we can always come back to this crossroad and we can talk to each other and see how everything's going with you. But we just can't go down the roads together,
Together
because
anymore.
if I'm trying to take you down this road where I'm supposed to be going, the people that I'm supposed to be meeting down this road, I can't, because now you standing in my way.
Distraction. I was sitting here just thinking, I don't know how close to the topic it is, but to think about when I was getting ready to go to see Frankie Beverly. You know, Frankie Beverly is like, love me some Frankie Beverly, right? And I wanted to be a part of his last show. But anyway, I had posted, oh, I'm all headed to go see Maze and Frankie Beverly, and I'm all excited. And someone comes on my post and said, well, don't get your hopes up too high. I'm not quoting exact words, but don't get your hopes up because he can't sing like he used to, this, that, and other. First of all, you don't think I know that by now? I don't mind singing for Frankie, but I'm saying that to say this is a legend, so you should be honored to be anywhere in his presence to hear him, right? As long as he can. He's 85 years old. But you don't hear people saying that about Mick Jagger.
Right.
Mick Jagger about 135 years old. And you never hear anyone saying that about Mick Jagger. But our own folks, because I've heard that not just this weekend. I've heard that before when I tell people how much I like Maze and I don't miss a Maze concert. Oh, well, he don't sound like it. Do you sound like you used to? Are you 85? Are you 85 still getting up on the stage, getting down? No. So hush. Hirsch. Did they say Hirsch?
Hirsch your mouth. Hirsch
your mouth. But no, I just think about sometimes how things are so different. Just like you talked about when we talk about P. Diddy, we talk about Hugh Hefner. Now, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but I do got one that I'm going to share. Hugh Hefner, when they first started coming out with the Me Too movement and stuff, Hugh Hefner got the hell up out of Dodge. Hugh Hefner just disappeared. I didn't even know the man was dead. He just left. Now, my thing is, what's his name? Russell Simmons, he went over there and went to Bali. They can't bother him in Bali. So he went to Bali when some of his skeletons started coming out. That's what P. Diddy should have did. But anyway, Bali. But Hugh Hefner, as big as Hugh Hefner was, the man ain't had no big funeral. He wasn't flashed by on the TV. He slid right on up out of here. Nice, slow, and quiet.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just really quick. That's, with Bill Cosby, when you think about Bill Cosby, what connects Bill Cosby is he was a part of the Playboy Mansion legend. He was a part of that world. The Quaaludes, they had bowls of Quaaludes like they have bowls of M&Ms in that place. When all that stuff popping off about Bill Cosby, Hugh Hefner got the hell out of Dodge.
Well, I mean, and what do you hear about? I mean, of all those years, what have you ever heard about anything that happened there?
Right. Only the reason why I've heard what's happening there really because I'm sorry, I'm a Hulu fan, and they had the downfall of Dilly, they had the Playboy Mansion stories, and they had some. It was a documentary, like a 10-part
Right.
documentary. So I saw that, but no, before that, yeah. People, and the funny thing about it is, people that was in that mansion that was at the, they didn't do what I see them doing nowadays. Like it wasn't too much talking. I mean, they talked, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
that much talking like you got with the P Diddy parties. And we know some things went on at the Playboy Mansion.
There ain't nobody said a word.
Me and you wasn't there, but we know.
And that's the thing. What they used to say, take it to the grave. All them
Take
at that Playboy mansion took it to the grave. They took it every last.
and look, Hugh didn't take it to his grave because I believe he's somewhere
Yeah.
still alive, walking around. Because I just can't see this man dying like that, and they didn't have him plattered all over the television screen.
Well, I mean, they wanted to keep it low profile. They had to keep,
They left it. Yeah, they sure did. They wanted low profile, so when nobody go look for him. I know. I don't care what nobody. That is my one conspiracy theory that he just slid out of here too easy and slow and quiet.
Well, he said it was
Last
time
time I
to
saw Hugh, he walked around in his robe with them little young girls, not and that wasn't even his
go.
song. As soon as they came out and they got Bill Cosby, he was like, they coming for me next. Let me slide on out of here. Russell Simmons, he was smart. As soon as one person got ready to file a lawsuit, guess what he did? Packed his ish up and he headed to Bali. And he been in Bali I think he came here last year for some award ceremony. But you know what he had to do? He had to slide in and slide right on back out. They were waiting at the airport for him.
Oh
And
wow.
all of them, and it's not condoning by saying because that's almost like saying that's what they do. But I'm just saying so. What's his name? Oh, what is his name? Dr. Dre. The girl that he dated, Michelle A.
Hmm.
Michelle A. made a whole movie, a 2-part movie, I believe, about how he did her.
Mm.
Beat the crap out this girl. But I guess it wasn't believable enough. So no, half the people didn't want to see the movie because they didn't want to know what happened. The other people, they just didn't. He ain't finna go down.
Right.
They ain't went and took his. They finna take this P Diddy key from the city, key of the city back. Now you already gave him the key.
What does the key to the city unlock? Does it unlock anything?
I don't think it unlocks anything because it can't
Oh,
unlock the city. Uh,
mm.
I guess
Is the
it's just the
real
honor
key?
to have that plaque, big old plaque to say the key to the city.
Mm.
But well, y'all, so thank y'all for joining us tonight. I'm gonna just say this. I have, and I'm sure this topic will come up more. Because I'm kind of just in different places about it. But I know for sure that the lesson that I think I'm gonna take from this, as Country Boy said, is watching my surroundings, which I've been doing for the last few years. I watch my surroundings. People can say all day long, y'all forgive and forget and do the honor. I may, as we say, forgive, but that doesn't mean that I want to be in your presence. Um, and that is what I think about with P. Diddy. He had all these people surrounding him being yes men so they could stay a part of that entourage, if you will, and stay with the money and stay with the popularity and stay with all these great, wonderful things going on. And now that he's fallen or falling, y'all just gonna jump on top of him, on top of him to make sure he go down even more. Yes, he is absolutely wrong for what he did to Cassie Ventura, I think is her name. I hate he did that. I'm proud of her for standing up for herself. But at the end of the day, y'all, we've got to watch the people that we hang around with, that are in our quote unquote circle. Because we talk. We do. We talk. We talk. And those same things we talk about, that example I gave about Meg Thee Stallion, this guy was somebody that was her homeboy that she hired on so he could do his beauty business or whatever he did for her. He was on her makeup team, I believe. And you had to fire him for whatever reason. And he done turned on you and laid all your business in the street. We gotta think about that. We gotta think about trusting so many people. I'm working on not saying, and y'all may hear me on some of the shows say, "Oh, I didn't mean my friend, I mean my acquaintance," because I have to remember that all these people are not my friends.
Right.
These are people that are acquaintances. These are people who have not proven that they're worthy enough to be around me, or they're trustworthy enough to be around me. You stay on that side of the room, I'm gonna stay on this side of the street.
Yep.
And that's so we've given our worthless 2 cents on the P Diddly D situation. I do hate that one of his biggest enemies, what is his name? 50 Cent has sold the rights to a documentary that they're doing on P Diddy that'll be coming out soon and probably the next couple of weeks on Netflix. They're on Netflix or Hulu, one of the two. But I mean, just think about it, y'all. This could be you. This could be you, somebody in your family, your child that everybody just turns on. And it's just, I don't know, it's just always a big thing to me. And there's so many different ways to think about it. It just shows me someone who is, I don't want to say new in the journey, but I'm in a journey. And it makes me think about the church. It makes me think about how no one in the church has spoken out to say something. Because I don't even know what I would tell them to say, but to say anything. And yes, because your boys say this could be going on behind closed doors. Could be. I pray it is. But I do pray that the man gets help. That's what I can do is I can pray that he gets the help that he needs. I can pray that when he gets the help that he needs, he comes out and he's a better person. And that he does pray. He's not allowed to speak her name in public. She's not allowed to speak out his name in public. But what I hope is that maybe one day there'll be some type of apology to her that is genuine, that she may be able to accept. Because we do, if people go out and they get help, the real help that they need, and they do some real work on themselves, and they come back, I think we should have the doors open for them. I just do. I don't believe in throwing people in the trash can and leaving them there and never coming back to get them.
Right.
We gotta go get them because people need help. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it goes along with that. When I thought about this earlier, that I looked at the video and looked at some other things and see in the look at his face, that something could be wrong. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pass on to my co-host to close out for the evening. I am so sleepy, but
I know, right?
want to I did want to talk about the case and well, not the case, the scandal, because I just want other people to look at what's happening around you. Look at the distraction that it's making. And it's okay to sometimes think, oh, I wonder what's going on with that, and you have a little conversation, but it doesn't have to happen every day. Every
Right.
5 minutes, I look up at Facebook and I see a picture of him with his apology. And then somebody said, was he only apologizing because he got caught? Maybe. We'll never know. I feel like he needs to go get help. And when he comes back out after getting help, he comes and apologizes and makes amends and has really done some work on himself. Then absolutely, I think I should say, hey, welcome back. I wish you the best of luck in your future journey from if you go to jail. All right, country boy, I'm gonna give that up.
You don't give it up? Well, old country boy,
It's
yeah.
such a big conversation. We could talk about it for days.
Don't laugh. Hold on. Let me find it. I'm gonna end the same way I began. Learn. You see men fall. Don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fault, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you're laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same
Mm.
And there it is. And there it is.
To
That
laugh
means
and not learn.
to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not understand. You're making the same mistake yourself. Um, and that's my words. That's my commentary. That is my closing. Is that everything that others may be going through, everything that others may be experiencing, we should be taking those things and learning. We shouldn't be laughing or making mockery. We should be seeing and going like, oh, wow, that's the path that they took. That's the road that they went down. And I
Mm-hmm.
see how that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me adjust the path that I'm on. Let me learn and take this opportunity to learn from the failure of others.
Yeah.
Not make jokes and not make this, that, and the other. And I'm not making excuses for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making excuses for what this man did or any other man did. But what I'm saying is that take the opportunity to glean off those mistakes. Take the opportunity to sweep around your own front door, to look and see where each and every one of our deficiencies are. What areas do I need to look at in my life? Because, man, I'm not that far off from the mistakes that he made. I'm not that far off from the mistakes that she made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just one, hey, go ahead and do it. Oh, it's okay if you do that, away from being in the same situation that they're in. Oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Come on. Oh, don't worry about them. We just one. Oh, it's okay, just this one time, away from being in the situation that others are in. Let's not take these situations that others may go through and not take them as an opportunity for us to learn to how to better ourselves, how to improve ourselves, and let us not forget the one thing that we all forget. We are our brother's keeper. If my brother falls, I fall. My brother fails, I fail. We are
Yeah.
our brother's keeper.
Amen. And wait, I'm sorry. Let me pin something real quick. You probably made this point earlier that that just speaks again how we watch what is we make mockery and don't learn. Think about him. He saw what happened with Bill Cosby. He saw what happened with Robert, and he still didn't do anything differently.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say he made mockery because I don't think I've ever seen him come out like 50 Cent. But I think 50 Cent should be a little careful too. He's a smart guy. He got these movies coming up, but he's always out here making fun of people. And from my understanding, he don't have to clean his background either. So we all need to be careful. Like what you said earlier today, everybody got some skeletons somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and you pissed the wrong person off. The table, what they say, the one thing the tables will do.
Definitely turn.
So let's
Definitely
just
turn.
be careful. And again, I'm speaking celebrities, but I'm talking about us too.
Yes.
We've been in positions to where, we have been, I hate to use the word scam, that sounds so huge, but we've been in a position to where maybe people didn't turned on us or did things like that to us. It can definitely flip back when you just jump on
Oh,
band.
baby, that ain't no different than, and as I close, but that ain't no different than you got this job and you not a supervisor, or you the shift lead, but they go to the supervisor and tell them how many times you've been late. Ain't no different.
Mhm. Ain't no different.
Ain't no different, baby. Ain't no different.
Mhm.
You, oh, she, she clocked in and didn't start work till like 30 minutes later. You
Mhm.
know how
Same
they,
thing.
same thing,
Mhm.
same
Mhm.
thing, same thing. It is the
Mhm.
same thing. And we are sitting here and
Judging
not
it.
judging, judging. Remember about judging folks. And again, what you personally co-host, what I personally, what anybody they may be watching personally have gone through, but you don't know how many times whatever you've gone through that you went to God and say, God, forgive me. But
Mhm.
I can sit up here and say, oh, look at her.
And
But
how
you
many
don't
times
know.
God say you forgiven?
Come on. So
That's
don't
those
sit up here
choosing what situation that you want to.
just because everybody doesn't come out. Everybody's not doesn't have to come out and tell you. Sean Combs, and I'm going to use him again. Lizzo, Meg Thee Stallion, R. Kelly, what's his name? They don't have to come out and tell you, well, you know, I prayed and I asked God. They don't have to come out and tell you that.
Well, if
The
they
little
do, they're gonna
Diva,
tell. If they
the
do come out and tell
Diva,
you, the
the
people gonna tell them
Louisiana
they
country
think.
boy don't have to come out and tell you. I don't have to come out and say, you know, that thing I went through. I don't have to come out and tell you that. Just like you don't have to come out and tell me that thing, whatever it was that you had prayed and you asked God to forgive you of. Stop
And if
judging people
they
because you don't know.
and if they do come out and say they did that, they gonna condemn them for that too.
You don't know. You don't know what somebody. You don't know the prayers that somebody's prayed. You don't know. You can say, well, they ain't repented. How you know? Do you know them? Are you around them? Well, it don't look like. It don't look like they have.
Mm-hmm. Nah, because if he'd have did that, this would have happened.
Come on. It'd have been like this. We're so quick to judge people and tell people how close or what kind of relationship they got with God. We don't know what kind of relationship nobody has with God. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
what kind of relationship anybody has with God. What you need to do is make sure you have a stable relationship.
That part.
Because let me tell you, let me give you a little inside secret. Don't y'all tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. This is a secret. You know, I gave y'all a secret the other day. I'm finna give you another secret. If you have a stable relationship with God, you ain't worried about what nobody else's is.
Hmm.
Because what you're trying to do is make sure your relationship. See, if you have a real stable relationship with God, then you ain't got time to be judging folks. Because you going like, oh God, you know some dirty stuff that I done did, and you ain't judging me. So why am I out here judging somebody else? Nah, I'm just telling y'all, if you got a real relationship with God, see, a real relationship takes all that stuff out. You ain't got time to be pointing fingers and looking at somebody else because you know just how dirty and filthy you are. You
And guess
know.
what?
Go ahead.
Guess what?
Mm,
When you get to them gates, who they gonna ask about?
mm. Ain't gonna ask. Ain't gonna be. Ain't gonna. It ain't gonna be no. What you call that thing? It ain't gonna be no conference call. Trust me.
It's gonna be one on one.
It ain't gonna be no conference call. You can't judge your walk and your relationship that you have, that I have with God on how somebody else is acting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God does not tell me, well, Trina, how Trina be acting, no, he tells me how to handle me. He tells me what I need to do, how to clean myself up, that he's going to direct my path. He tells me that he sent his son to die for my sins.
Yep.
So stop trying to judge what another's relationship is because it don't look like. Well, he did this and he did that, so he can't be. Why you worrying about what I can't be, or they can't be, or she can't be, baby? Maybe you
Can be.
can't be. If we work on our relationship, if we work on our relationship with God, let me tell you something. When we work on our relationship, our view becomes different, how we see things, because we don't see things how we used to see things. We see others how God sees them. Let me tell you something about Sean Combs. Let me tell you something about Lizzo. Let me tell you something about R. Kelly. Let me tell you something about every person that's in Harris County Jail. Let me tell you something about every person that's in Angola. Let me tell you something about every person that's on the streets. Let me tell you something about the people on Benson there. Let me tell you something about the people in Pearland. Let me tell you something about the people in Dallas. They all God's children.
Mm.
Tell you something about them. They all are.
Hmm.
Each and every one is his child. Well, they done strayed so far away. I don't know how far they done strayed. I ain't got time to be. I ain't got time to be sitting up here judging how far they done strayed. While I'm looking at how far they. Let me tell you something. While you watching, this like swimming. This like swimming. And I'm finna shut up. I'm finna close this thing out. This is like swimming. If you go and you go to a beach, right? And I've had this happen. If you go and you go to a beach and you step out there in the water at the beach, while you sitting there trying to watch how far somebody else, the tidal, the wave is taking somebody else out, and you look up and the wave that took you further than them because you watching where they go and you ain't watching how you go. Let me tell you, what you have to do is study your relationship and make sure you stay close to him instead of trying to say, "Ooh, look how far away from God they done got. See them way over there." And the fact is it's not that they are floating away, it's us floating away. It's us getting further away from him, not them. And we look up and they closer and we further. We have to strengthen our relationship. We are all his children, each and every single one of us. We're all his children. We're all
Yep.
called to love. We're all called to forgive. We're all his children. Judge not that ye be judged. Judge not that ye be judged, because how you judge, by that same measuring stick you should be judged. Who, buddy? How you judging somebody else? Remember, by that same measuring stick you shall be judged. So the next time you want to think and call somebody out and judge somebody for how they this, how they that, and what you don't know, again, you don't know the relationship that another person has. You don't know another person's prayers. You don't know if another person has asked for forgiveness and repented from their sins. You don't know. Well, they don't walk like it. That's like saying, well, they don't talk like a preacher. Well, how a preacher talk? If you ain't one, how a preacher talk? Stop judging people. Each and every person has their own personal individual walk. Each and every person has their own individual purpose. Each and every person has their own individual vision. Our job is to walk in our purpose, not somebody else's. Walk in our purpose. And even if that person over there is walking, then what we should be doing is so walking in our purpose that they look at us and go like, you know what? They ain't just talking it, they actually walking it. So even if they are straying away, it's not for us to judge if they're straying. What it is for us to do is just walk it. Walk this purpose. Walk it. Not be who man has called us to be, but be everything that God has called us to be. I'm telling you this, and remember this, and I said this earlier. Watch the surroundings. Remember, it was Judas, one of the disciples, that betrayed Jesus. It wasn't somebody from the outside. It was somebody on the inside. It was somebody on the inside. And sometimes it's the very people on the inside that are praying and hoping for your demise because some way they're jealous, they're angry, but you have to keep, just like Jesus did, even being betrayed, he kept walking in his purpose. Understand this, betrayal will not stop you from walking in your purpose. You can betray me, baby, but I'm still gonna walk in my purpose. You can talk about me like a dog, but I'm still gonna walk in my purpose. Still gonna walk in it. And that's what I say. Just continue to walk in your purpose, not looking how somebody else is walking, not judging how somebody else is walking. Because if you are walking in your purpose, if I'm walking in mine, that means I'm studying and I'm doing everything I need to do to make sure I'm good. I make sure I'm right, to make sure my relationship is stable. I ain't got time to watch you. Here's a country thinking. If I'm behind the wheel of my car, I ain't got time to be behind the steering wheel of yours. Because if I'm trying to get behind your steering wheel and my steering wheel, it's gonna be an accident somewhere. So what you say? Stay in your lane. And the only way you can stay in your lane and get to where God's taking you to is stay focused on your purpose. Stay focused on your purpose. And guess what? Here's a little kitchen. If you're staying focused on your purpose and where God's trying to take you, you'll turn around and you'll see other folks going like, oh. And they may be behind you because now they see that you are actually leading the way and they want to follow you because you are following the purpose. You're following what he has given you. You're following the directions and they don't see you swerving from this lane to that lane. Have you ever been on the freeway and you see somebody and they just going from one lane to the next lane to the next lane because they just bounce back and forth? You don't want to follow them because you say, they reckless. They don't know where they want to go. They reckless. So, but I got the hand. Oh Lord, it is late. Look at here.
Well, one more thing, I just want to make sure we stay on our topic. That when we, as we end, to just say, I do want to send prayers up to Cassie, and I do want to make sure that we do get, that we're not saying, um, that we don't lose focus of what we were saying. That we want to make sure that you look at this thing differently, realize it about the distractions that this can cause from other things, about us only thinking about this, and that people do put these things in front of us, with our own people, so that we can be distracted. But also, we want to make sure that we do pray for Cassie. We are proud for her that she felt empowered enough to finally to speak out more than anybody else did, but also P. Diddy. And this was the point of me wanting to do this. I want us to pray for him. I want us to pray for him for the things that he's done. I want to pray for him that he realizes what he's done, that he really realizes that he gets the help that he needs. And that was my real point to wanting to bring this out, is because I felt like all that I saw, all that I read, all that I heard, no one said that. They only talked about him being a monster, which that could be true.
Right.
But we should also pray for someone who needs help. And that is what I felt was missing from the entire story, the entire scandal, the entire everything. I just felt that piece, that little piece was missing. In the journey that I'm on, it disappointed me because there's people talking to me about, Christianity. People talk to me about what you should be as a Christian and all these kinds of things. But then I saw this, and that's what stood out to me. That all of these people that say these things and talk about forgiveness and praying and all these things, I didn't see any of those people request for prayer for this person. And so that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking that he be held accountable, yes, for what he did, because it was awful. But I'm also, in the same breath, asking for prayer for him to get help where he needs it. I pray for his children that they're dealing with a lot, including their mom passing just a few years ago, that I pray for strength for them. And I pray definitely for Kathy for having the strength and the courage to speak out when some of the punk A people that was around him, who are big, bad bodyguards, did not speak out. And I'm going to leave it at that for me.
I'll take that and run with it. I'll take that and run with it. And I thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. I thank you so very much for hanging out with us for our double episode. It was a double. We had a double episode. A double
Definitely double.
episode.
It's 10:30. I'm about to fall asleep on you.
We doubled up.
And I had to go and put up the fence. I was like, ooh, I'm going to fall asleep.
So, but thank y'all so very much for joining us. And as I close this thing out, I close it out like I always do. To say this is follow your vision.
Oh, thank you, Miss Julie. I'm sorry.
Follow your vision. Follow your purpose that God has given you. While we're sitting here, try to focus on what another is doing. The most important thing should be to follow that we're doing what we were called to do, that we're being who we've been called to be. Follow your vision, because your vision, and understand this, if even this show, maybe it helps somebody. Maybe it has encouraged somebody to bring some more awareness. Maybe it has planted a seed. And that's the vision, that's the purpose. And just following that and understanding that your purpose, man, it means a lot. Your vision means a lot because somebody's waiting for you to fulfill what God has given you. They're waiting for you. And lastly, but not leastly, waking up this morning and open your eyes, listening around and trying to heal. But
Past the distractions.
Past the distractions. Past the distractions. If you were out today, Old Country Boy was not out today. I went out for a minute, but it was 552,000,000 degrees, and I went out and I came on back in. It's just too hot to be out there. It wasn't there. I'm gonna have to go tomorrow. But I'm gonna have to get up early. I'm gonna have to get up about 4 o'clock in the morning when it's only 9,000 degrees.
I'm sorry. Some of the students from my school are going to Japan tomorrow. So pretty great. And this is, of course, a really great opportunity for these middle school 8th graders. So pray for their safe travels.
They're going to Japan?
Going to Japan.
Wow.
It's a great opportunity. And they didn't have to pay.
Wow. We couldn't even go down the street when I was in middle school. Anyway,
that's why it's a great opportunity for them.
We couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't go to the next town. But anyway, look, I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all so very much. I want to tell you that the words that you're about to hear is simply this, is that we love you. We love you, and we love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely positively nothing that you can do about it. And I will end by saying to all the thank you. Today is Memorial Day. So to the families, thank
Yes.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We honor you today because we are here able to be on this platform because you paid the ultimate sacrifice for our
Mm-hmm.
freedom and our liberties. So thank you very much um, to the families and to all the fallen heroes. Thank you for what you've done. I recognize you. I applaud you. Um, and I honor you. So, with that being said, we love each and every one of you unconditionally, and we finna go because it is 12:59 p.m. No, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 10:30. Woo, Lord, I gotta go to
I'm
bed.
about to fall asleep on y'all.
I'm about to go get me.
Good
Let me
night,
go get my.
everybody.
Let me go get my Depends because I done drunk all this sweet tea now.